Hello and welcome to another video. It's cassette haul time again. We've got this box, which I'll come on to in a minute, and this one. So let's start with this one. I picked these up for free today from a gentleman who had them in his loft, and he saw my advert on our local recycling and reuse group, and he said if I wanted them I could have them. And Bridget Jones. So this I think is quite a modern Max LUR. Although he said he had them up his loft, so maybe it's an older one. Yeah, look at those labels. That looks like an older one. So my guess is he had a cassette deck that he put it in that way up. He said he's still got one. It's a dual cassette separates unit, hi-fi separates unit. But one of the cassette players isn't working. I said, oh, it's quite easy to change the belts in them. Then I said, actually, it's probably not quite easy to change the belts. They're quite tricky to do, but there's some good music in this lot. So that's an HF, Sony HF. I think I've got some of these. Now, I'm not a cassette expert. I'm sort of like a beginner, if you like. So you will probably be able to tell what year these are if you are an expert, but I'm not. Now that I would say, it's got TDK written on it, so that is in a right state, but it's always worth keeping them. Actually, let's have a quick interlude. In a recent video, probably about a month ago, or a few weeks ago, I was talking about these, which have had it, they squeak, and I was having a chat with someone in the comments, and they basically take cassettes to pieces and swap the good tape out into good shells and that sort of thing to preserve the good cassettes. But I've never really been into, and it looks like quite an old one, I've never really been into customising anything. Look at that, blimey. German. Yeah, I've never been into customising anything. I want to keep it original, you know. I don't want to, I don't put any customizations on my cars. I want to, try and use the original stuff. But there's cassettes like this one, like this green one, which I really like, and it was going to be destined for the bin, but I think what I might do is find some BASF tape on a shell that I don't particularly like, and then do a transplant. And that way I get the shell that I really like, and I get to use it. Even if I've already recorded the music onto another cassette, I can take that tape out, and I've still got the recordings, just put them in a shell I like to use. Now this is interesting. I love this typeface here, 1998, which was well into the compact disc era. It was compact disc copy. So look at that. So TDK SA, really good cassette by all accounts. Let's have a look. Right, where's my Bic? Try and get some focus on this. There we go. So that curvature of the tape there is purely down to it not being wound, and it's just, that's the bit of the tape that has been in the open to the elements, if you like. Now these have been stored in the loft, but they're not. There doesn't appear to be any water damage or anything. So loft is not a very ideal conditions for storing. But okay, this is one of the ones that is not going to be. I don't like musicals at all. So the only musical I like was Bugsy Malone. Which is a classic, really. Very, very good movie. Okay, Flashman, Marnie. Ubiquitous TDK CDing 2. So another chrome one, so that's good. So we've got a couple of chrome. I think that's the SA90 is a chrome. Well, not chrome, but type 2. Yeah, type 2. So we've got a couple of chromes. They're type 2s. This smacks as late 70s, doesn't it? Ooh, chromium formulation for a head cleaner. That's interesting. God, look at the style of that. Fantastic. Used a couple of times according to that. Look at that. Now I wonder you can have a chrome cassette head cleaner. Now I would not use this cassette head cleaner probably. It's very weird, isn't it? Let's zoom in a bit. I would not use this because I would, if I could, I would use, got a sparkly bit on that. I would use the IPA if I could get to the heads, or I've got a mechanical cleaner which you put IPA on some pads and it rubs the pads over the pinch rollers, the capstan and the cassette heads. And that is the way I prefer to use it if I couldn't get to the heads manually. So, okay, you can pause if you want to read this. But look at the styling on that, amazing. Right, that's really good. I like that. I like the style on that, but I wouldn't use it. But you know, I'd say that suggests that's probably quite serviceable. Right, let's have a look at what we've got here, starting at the back. Okay, that's another TDK, as you can see. Another Type 2. Oh, no, it's a Type 1. AR90 is a Type 1. What's the other one I've got? Oh, it's an SA90, it's a Type 2. Okay, so an AR90 is a Type 1. And this one's at the beginning, so this would be a good one to use. Oh, look at the state of that. That is dirty. But let's have a look and see what the start of side A is, the quality of the tape is like. Yeah, not too bad. Quality of the tape is not too bad on that one. Normally they're in quite a mess because they've been, I would guess they've been put, oh, Flashman 2, so it was Flashman 1 and this is Flashman 2. Normally I think they've been played in a car cassette player and got stuck in there. Oh, so I think this is quite a late one as well. I think this is the 90s one. This is not the clown one, I don't think. So yeah, that's pretty cheap cassette. Yeah, you can tell these ones are earlier. So that's a Boots audio recording cassette. Brilliant. Oh, I've had one of these before. That wasn't in good condition though, I think. I got this from the, oh look, the pad's fallen off there, so I'm going to put that one to one side. Let's have a look at the box for it though. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like the style. But unfortunately, that has had it. And I'm not sure, look at the state of the pad on it though. I'm not sure I've got the energy to be fixing these. I've actually got way more cassettes than I could probably ever use. And I'm not sure that I want to be spending a lot of time fixing a cheap cassette like this when I've got better cassettes which I could be using. So I'm just going to make a note on a post-it note that the pad is gone. It has had it on this. So if they were valuable and in demand, oh my word. If they were valuable and in demand, then I'd repair them like a mini disc player, you know, irreplaceable. Once they've gone to landfill or recycling, we're never going to get another one. But there's billions of cassettes out there at the moment. So this is a UD2 CD100. So position high. So this must be Type 2 at least. Yeah, right, there we go. Because I've got the extra slots there. It's not focusing. Extra slot there indicating Type 2. Look at that. So I think this one can have a bit of a... Oh, hopefully I've got some replacement labels in the box somewhere. Or I might just take the labels off. You probably know I'm not a fan of labels. Let's have a look at the tape in this one though. It's been wound, so that's good. So this is quite fine. This one. Oh, it's very transparent. But yeah, see if I can get the focus in there. Let's zoom in a little bit. There we go, that'll be a bit better. Yeah, pretty nice. Quite dark. It's really dark. It's almost black. So if you're an expert, I think, I'm not an expert, but I remember UD2 being quite a good cassette. So let me just wind that back. I don't know what's on it, and I'm quite interested to find out what's on some of these cassettes. But that's in the wrong box, so hopefully we'll find a box for that soon as well. Dusty Springfield. Oh, this looks 70s, doesn't it? The Dusty Springfield, I think, was 60s. They do look good, these cassettes, but I don't think it's a very good cassette. Again, not wound, quite, but not in a bad condition from what we can see. Yeah, a little bit of crimping, is that what I call it? The box has had it. Just looking at the time, I've got to go out for a family member today, so I don't think I will have time to do all of these. Well, I'll see how many I can get done. Maybe just the first box, but I'll do the second box another day, but it will be in the same video most likely. Boots audio, Elvis Presley. Again, I'm not an Elvis fan, but I'm a big fan of the looking at old cassettes. That's quite nice, isn't it? I was always quite keen on Boots cassettes. They did some really good cheap cassettes, but pretty good quality. Is that that pad looks a bit out of position there. More dusty. So the gentleman I took these off of was a little bit older than me, so it wouldn't surprise me if he grew up in the 60s. Or maybe he was a teenager in the 60s. TDKD, always good cassettes, quite reliable. Oh, Dancing in the Street. So that must be an album of something. It could be, who did Dancing in the Street was a song in the 80s by David Bowie and Mick Jagger. Buddy Holly. I'll probably listen to this. I think I had a Buddy Holly one before. Oh, I've had this type of cassette. This is a really old one, I think. Yeah, I've definitely had this type of box, but I think it was a 90. Pretty cool. I like a cassette wall. I'd like all of these old cassettes, like tidying them up a little bit, find original unused cards and just have a display on the wall of it. Philips C60, top 100, I wonder where that's come from. Tony Blackburn, so that would be assorted. Top 100, you can't fit 100 on a cassette. But that's the sort of thing I wouldn't mind listening to. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. I would listen. I'm interested to find out what's on the cassettes. Yeah, nice card, nice J card. And what I typically do with these ones, which I like the look of, I just record a playlist of random tracks from my computer onto them, and then I just listen to them while I'm in the office working or tidying up or whatever. Just plug it in. Cassette is typically what I listen to in the office because I can just press one button and it's played. Yeah, we had one of these before as well, but it was in such poor condition. Right, so what we got here? Oh, Les Dawson. That's not very PC nowadays, is it? Oh God, look at the state of that. He was I think he's passed away now, but he was a 60s and 70s and early 80s, or maybe late 80s comedian. Look at the state of that. Someone's coloured in the tape. But he did a lot of mother-in-law jokes. I never was a big fan because he was sort of a little bit before my time, and it was a bit dated when I used to hear it. Now, oh, this Bangles, I would listen to this. Everything I Wanted by the Bangles. Good old-fashioned TDKD. Really neat handwriting. Yeah, Bangles. All right, I'd listen to that. There's one particular song that I like from the Bangles that's on one of my favourites playlists, but I can't remember what it is. A Video Killed the Radio Star, probably. Extra label there, so it's handy. Right. Yep, another Philips C90. It'd be interesting actually, for me at least, to go through these cassettes and find out whether these were only used once. So the earlier cassettes, the 60s and 70s cassettes, might out Beatles there, might be on, like this is a good example, this will be 60s or 70s recorded recording on a 60s or 70s cassette. That's quite heavy, that. Now you might have noticed when I'm editing this, I'll be cutting out some of the audio, even some of the things I say, maybe mid-sentence, because there's some activity around the home at the moment which I will have to edit out. Professional choice, GLS. So it's in the wrong box. Never seen that before. A C30 though, you don't usually get C30s. That in the 80s might have been a computer cassette maybe. So I'll keep that in separately. Ooh, this looks fancy. So that's a TDK. Sorry about the focus. Wow, never seen one of those before. Type 2 Super Fidelity cassette, high resolution, SF90. Don't think I've got one of those before. Needs a bit of a clean up. Obviously, so this goes to what I was saying before. So he's recorded onto this, taken out the right protect tabs, and then at some later time taped over them to record again. So this is one I would like to spend some time just smartening up. Take the tape off, bit of IPA maybe. Probably wouldn't use IPA because it might take the print off. But I'd use a multi-surface cleaner like Mr. Sheen to clean off the sticky stuff. And just tidy this up because it's a nice looking cassette. The box has seen better days though. So that's probably been used a lot, slid in and out some sort of storage unit, storage box maybe. Oh, there we go. Whatever that is. F90, so we know it's the right card for it. That's quite a nice find. When I first saw these, when he gave them to me, I thought, yeah, you know, these are TDK, they're CDing, TDK-Ds, a couple of cheap Memorex. I thought there's not going to be anything special in here, apart from what's on the cassettes. Queen Greatest Hits, I'll probably listen to that because I can fast forward past the tracks I don't like. The case is dead ski, as one of my favourite YouTubers might say. Gonski. But a nice cassette, again, over taped, over recorded. Bit of tape on there. Right. Okay, not familiar with that. Oh, no, oh, that's a UD2 box. Is it a UD2 tape? No. It's a TDK tape in a Maxell UD2 CD Type 2 box. So that, I would guess, I might have to look this up. That, I would guess, belongs to that. But the cassette looks much better than the box. If this is the right J card for it, which I suspect it is, the J card looks quite cheap, but the cassette I think looks quite good. So I think that belongs in there. That might not be the right box for it. There might, yeah, might not be the right case for it though. Smileys, people, okay. Oh wow, another one. Oh, I think I've got a really nice pickup here. Again, it's been over recorded. So I'll look at the tape on this one as well. Yeah, a few little marks. But still quite a serviceable cassette, I think. Very nice. Okay, so we've got a Memorex box, and inside it is a Memorex tape. Genesis, that will be worth a listen, I think. All Saints, now this is... Ah, right, okay. Right, he did say I mentioned mini disc. He said his daughter was into mini disc. That was her era. And I think these cassettes were a mixture of his and his son's. That would make sense. So TDK CDing 2, that would probably be, I would guess, his son's cassette. And some of the older ones with things like Dusty Springfield or whoever it is. Oh, that's pretty cool. That will be one of the father's cassettes, I would guess. That's a nice cassette. Super CD. Again, position 2, chrome cassette. Pretty cool. Again, I would imagine that's quite a late TDK, that one. Rattle and Hum. Oh, U2. Okay. So again, this will be... Oh, okay. So this is quite a modern band. What is that? A C30. What the heck is this? It's a TDK. Where is it? AR90 box. This is not a TDK AR90. Ooh, what's that say? Thorn Consumer Electronics. Different colour label on the front, but he's tried to take it off. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. I assume it's a 30-minute one. It's a very green looking tape, that one. Okay, I've got to figure that out as well. We'll have a sort out later on, but not while I'm recording, because I literally have to go out in 20 minutes and I've got to get ready yet. I've got some of these Sony's. Not particularly great cassettes, I don't think. Okay, another Type 2, TDK Type 2. What's on that one? Smiley again, so I don't know who that is. 60 number ones of the 60s on a C90, so it must be 1.5 minutes each. Matsui, okay. Yeah, odd cassette. Don't suppose it's very high grade. Oh, pretty cool. Bit of marketing on the front there. Oh, nice. Okay, CDing 2. Number ones of in the last 50 years. Oh, I wonder how he did this then. He did say he used to record a lot off the radio. Okay, that speaks for itself. Yeah, not bad tapes, I don't think. I've got some of those already. Huh, that's the second of the series he's done. So I wonder if these are radio programs. He did say he recorded a lot of radio programs. And yeah, he did, because he said, unfortunately, I've recorded a lot of radio programs. I said, that's great. I quite enjoy listening to those vintage radio programs. There was one early on in my YouTube videos. I found a mini disc which had someone, I think it was Radio Caroline presenter. Someone had recorded it from Radio Caroline, and I tracked down the radio presenter and asked him if he wanted it, and I sent it off to him. 1996. He said he had a lot of. He said he had some 78 RPM records, and was I interested in that? But I'm not interested in that era of music, and I don't have anything to play it on. So, Axel F. Okay, that's cool. Travis. Is that country music? I don't know. I'll have a listen to that as well. Last one for this box. Oh, Stereophonics. There we go. So this is quite modern stuff on quite modern tapes. Right, let me get let me put all these back in the box and get the other box out. And we've got less than 15 minutes before I need to leave, so let's hurry up. It really is like Christmas when I get one of these. I look forward to picking them up and having a look and seeing what's what they're all about. So this has been over recorded. You can see underneath the label there. Unless he's just stuck us. Oh, it's another one of these. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so I was really quite interested in getting these. Oh, I think these might be a lot of pre-recorded ones. I'd be quite happy if my wife bought me a box of random used cassettes for Christmas. I'm very hard to buy for because I've got everything I need. But something like this, it's just, there's something about it, the discovery, I think, that I really enjoy. And most of these cassettes will get used. The ones that don't get used, if they're serviceable, they'll get donated to a local charity shop. Ah, yeah, he said he recorded a lot of audio stuff as well. So that doesn't match up with what's on there. So we'll have to see what's actually on that cassette. Yeah, Wind in the Willows. So yes, yeah, recorded audiobooks from the radio. I think that's what he told me. That's probably what all of these are. Oh, look at that, Jim Reeves, Patsy Cline. Okay, a couple of spare cards here by the looks of it. That's a Type 2 one, isn't it? Yeah, the ASF. Right, these, I think he said, what came after floppy disks? I said floppy diskettes, mini floppy disks. Let's get one. I'm either sad or well organised because that literally took me about 20 seconds to find this box of floppy disks. There we go, that's exactly what it is. Floppy disk boxes. And I suppose, grab a mini disc. They would do a good job of as mini disc boxes as well, wouldn't they? So yeah, this extra storage is useful because I'm running out. I don't want to have to buy any more boxes for the stuff I own. And I'm also running out of space to store it all, so a couple of handy boxes. So let's go through some of these. Very handy. Oh, here we go. So this is where we come to. Let's try and get it all in shot. There we go. I'll try to get it into shot without bashing the camera. See if we can figure out how to open it up. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at this. Right. Tammy Wynette. Nope. Billy Joel. I'll listen to that. Oh, actually, I think my mum had a Billy Joel album. That's actually quite a good album, as I recall. So, yep, I'll listen to that as well. Let's try and get them all in the right way up. Anything with love in the title, I'm probably not going to be interested in. Okay, up on that. Bonnie Tyler, no thanks. Heartbeat and the Hollies, not for me, thanks. Oh, look, pretty cool cassette though. If it's got love or heart in the title, I don't quite understand emotions, so. Pretty cool. Nice cassette. So, wife might like that. I might give that to the wife. If she doesn't want it, I'll use that cassette again. Acoustic Moods. Oh, that'd be interesting. Oh, mind you, it includes Rod Stewart, so I don't think. You know what? I'd listen to that. I could always skip forwards any tracks I don't like. That's the problem with pre-recorded. These are pre-recorded. Pre-recorded doesn't mean ones you've recorded onto. They're used blank tapes. So these are pre-recorded, and they're recorded by the factory, at the factory. But it's not the way the term is used nowadays. There you go, there's a track listing if you want to pause it. Some information about the Gary Moore. Okay. 1994 copyright, so I'll probably give that a listen, put that on while I'm working. Put it back in there. Oh, Beautiful South. Yeah, that's the typical clown cassette from Memorex, quite late. I think that's probably this millennium. Kenny Rogers. What a handsome fellow. Won't be listening to that. I don't like any country music. Oh, there we go, another one. So it's a bit of shade of front, much the same. Oh god, that's an earworm now. I've started singing it in my head. I think that will get a very quick preview from me. I wasn't really into 60s and 70s stuff. Again, I might pop it in my Pioneer and then I can skip tracks. You know, it'd be useful. If nothing else, it's a way to wind it all to one side and wind it all to the other side. Right, so that's that box done. Okay, hits of 65. That's specific, isn't it? An hour of hits from 65. Odd J card, really. It's like printed there. I suppose that's what you can see on the back of the cassette, and then printed there. Was that Ken Dodd? Oh, so black and Ken Dodd. Yep. I don't think I'll even listen to that. Is that from Hour of Feature? Is that what it says? Hour of Pleasure, that was it. Okay, where do we get to? Right, that was at the back, wasn't it? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. That was at the front, there we go. Manfred Mann, I've heard of them, can't remember any of their tracks. But I think that's 60 rather. Meatloaf, oh, he died recently, I think. Got Meatloaf mini disc. Simply Red, yeah, it was quite, that's 1990s. I quite like some Simply Red stuff, I've gone off it now. Lionel Richie, oh, look at that cassette. That's a very 80s styling. God, that feels solid. Almost like it's stuck. Yeah. Maybe it's just a well-built cassette. Don't remember seeing one of these before. Very cool. I think BASF did some good stuff. What's that? Oh, labels as well. Yeah, that's very 80s. But I think it's a later cassette than 80s, but it's got 80s styling on it. Beautiful South, TDKD, Memorex Memories. Oh, DBS. Yeah, pretty cool. This one's got a post-it note on it. Another clown cassette. Diana Ross and the Supremes. That's an early one. I've seen one of those before. Oh, label's coming off there. Billy Fury. That's quite a departure, isn't it? Oh no, it's not what I was thinking. He's a rock star, I guess, like a rock and roll type thing. Yeah, I don't think you call these a J card. You call them a U card. Yeah, I think that won't take me more than about 5 minutes to listen to that. Done that one already, haven't I? And Barbara Dickinson. Yeah, I won't be listening to that either. Ah, hang on, double play cassette. Right, I'm going to put this to one side. Double play. God, I think Techmoan or V Westlife have done a video on double play cassette. I will find that out before I do the editing, hopefully. And if I figure it out, I'm wondering whether side 1. I'm very confused now. Side 1, where's side 2? Oh, there's side 2. Oh, I thought double play might be... Right, I'll figure out what double play is. If I can figure out what it is, I will put it in the description, or maybe add a bit in editing. Right, so that's that one done. How are we doing for time? Oh dear, I've got to leave in 4 minutes. Alright, let's see how it goes. Nice little catch there. Oh, looks like a Krypton factory trying to get these things undone. Right, 5 guys named Mo. Ah, classic. I've got this on vinyl. Vinyl, what am I talking about? I've got this on record, LP. That's pretty cool. Tammy Jones, I think, is going to be a country music, maybe. Bobby Goldsboro. Oh, I've heard of him. Oh, look at that. Looks a bit like JK from Jamiroquai. Classic rock. Ah, London Symphony Orchestra. I won't want that. Paul Simon. I will listen to that. I mean, Paul Simon is one of the all-time great musicians and writers, I think. Now, you don't get this on Spotify, do you? Look at that. All the words. Okay, I hope I fold it up neatly another time. Meatloaf. The definitive Simon and Garfunkel. I will probably give that a listen but skip most of the tracks. Yeah, Bridge Over Troubled Waters, all-time classic track, but I don't like it, too depressing. Ooh, what's this? So, some classic rock there. Pretty cool box. Hard to get out. Look at that. Wow, the ASF tape again. Right. Unforgettable. Yep, forget that. Best of the 60s girl groups. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, I might listen to that. Run that through. Skipping most of the tracks, no doubt. Okay. Oopsie daisy. Oh no, we have a malfunction. No time for malfunctions. Oh dear. Okay, final box. Will I get the video finished before I'm called for taxi service? I think I might actually. Okay, right. TDK. CDing 2. What's on it? My tape. Okay. A Maxell UR box with a TDK cassette. I've seen a few of these as well. I've actually got a 3 kHz tone on one of these. I thought these were quite recent. Let's figure out what's on there. What is this? Is that a Memorex? No, it's a Boots. FY90. Yeah, that's weird. I like that. Right, okay, find out what's on that. I will probably use that tape again. Interesting tape. Five guys named Mo. Sony HF. Another one of those. What's on that? No idea. Have you ever? I probably have, actually. S Club. Oh my god. #1 hits of the 60s. Telstar cassette. TDK labels. #1's a million sellers. Wow. Okay. Blues Face Shoes, rock and roll. I don't really like rock and roll. I think it's, you know, when it's your parents' kind of music as a child, you kind of rebel against it. You want your own identity. You don't really want to be interested in things your parents are interested in. You're trying to find your own identity. And I think that's why I hated rock and roll, really. Shirley Bassey. Oh no, I won't be listening to that. Right, that's it. 1 minute overdue. I was supposed to be gone a minute ago, so I'm gone.